Wild Hawk. Fat. What's up, Wildcocks? How you doing? It's the Wild Hawk. Don't really know what to do, because I didn't think of anything today. So, how about we just tell some jokes from a joke book? See if I can find some good ones here. Where is they at? Here we go. From the funniest and grossest joke book ever. Alright? When is a booger not a booger? When it's snot. Which nut catches the most colds? The cashew. What can you tie boogers into? A snot. Where does your nose go when it gets hungry? Booger King. What is the difference between a booger and a plate? The plate goes on the table. The booger goes under the table. What do boogers and apples have in common? They both get picked and eaten. What's the difference between boogers and Brussels sprouts? Kids won't eat Brussels sprouts. What did the booger say when the team captains were choosing players? Pick me, pick me. What do you find in a clean nose? Fingerprints. What happens when you sneeze without using a tissue? You take matters into your own hands. Why do elephants have long fingernails? So they can pick their trunks. Who was hiding under little Sammy's bed? The boogeyman. Which kid plays a bagpipe, wears a kilt, and sneezes all the time? The king of Snotland. What did the booger say to his girlfriend? I'm stuck on you. What's green and hangs from a tree? Giraffe snot. Why do farmers have noses? So they have something to pick while they wait for the crops to grow. Why didn't the nose make the volleyball team? Nobody picked him. Why shouldn't you eat boogers? Because you don't want to spoil your dinner. Why is a haunted handkerchief scary? Because it's covered in boogers. Why don't dinosaurs pick their noses? Because they don't want to eat 20-pound boogers. Why was the snowman looking for carrots at the grocery store? He wanted to pick his nose. What runs in big families? The same thing that runs in small families. Noses. How do you make a tissue dance? Put a little boogie in it. What did one booger say to the other? You think you're funny, but you're not. What's gross? Finding hair in your food. What's grosser than gross? Finding out it's your grandma's nose hair. Why do gorillas have large nostrils? Because they have fat fingers. When is a fence like a nose? When it's a picket fence. What did the big booger say to the little booger? Don't get snotty with me. Knock, knock. Who's there? Adam's not. Adam's not who? Adam's knot is dripping from his nose. What do you call a booger wearing a helmet? A snail. What do you do if your nose goes on strike? Pick it. Why did the booger cross the road? Because he was being picked on. Why do farmers have noses? So they'll have something to pick in the winter. What happened when the elephant sat on a quarter? A booger popped out of George Washington's nose. What's yellow and gooey and smells like bananas? Monkey snot. Why was the nose sad? It didn't get picked. Knock knock. Who's there? Decode. Decode who? Decode in my nose is getting worse. What's in a ghost's nose? Boogers. Did you hear the joke about the fart? It stinks. What's the smelliest UFO? An unidentified farting object. Sam and Janet are taking a walk when Sam lets out a huge fart. Ugh, says Janet, please stop it. I would, replies Sam, but I don't know which way it went. How do you tell one end of a worm from the other? Put it in a bowl of flour and wait for it to fart. Who wears a red cape and farts in the forests? Little Rude Riding Hood. How does a ghost fart? Out of its booty. What do you get if you fart on your birthday? A birthday farty. What happened when the kid held his breath to stop himself from burping? He farted. Why did the taxi driver fart? Because his cab ran out of gas. How is a ninja like a fart? They're both silent but deadly. Which Egyptian ruler farted a lot? King Tutankhamun. What's invisible and smells like carrots? Bunny farts. What did the skunk say when the wind changed directions? It's all coming back to me now. How are rainbows made? When unicorns fart. Why should you only put 239 beans in bean soup? One more would make it too farty. Why did the skeleton burp? Because it didn't have the guts to fart. What do you call a king's fart? Noble gas. What place should you avoid if you don't want to fart? The gas station. What's the one thing a person won't do after they fart? Admit it. When does a boy take a bubble bath? When he eats beans for dinner. Why can't you smell alien farts? Because they're out of this world. What do you call a cat who likes to eat beans? Puss in Toots. Two flies sit on a pile of poop. One fly passes gas. The other fly looks at him and says, "Hey, do you mind? I'm eating here." What do you call someone who doesn't fart in public? A private tutor. What do you get when you mix a matchstick and a fart? A flamethrower. What hits the nose when aimed at the feet? A fart. Why don't bees fart? Their stingers might fall off. Knock knock. Who's there? Gas. Gas who? Gas who just farted. What is the sharpest thing in the world? A fart. It goes through your pants and doesn't even leave a hole. How are snowflakes made? When snowmen fart. What do you call a professional farter? A tutor. What causes cold winter winds? Frosty the Snowman eating beans. What did the mouse say when he found his favorite cheese in cubes? Who cut the cheese? Did you hear about the man who went to jail for air pollution? His farts were just that bad. How can you tell when a moth farts? It flies straight for a second. What happens when a clown farts? It smells funny. What happened when the kid ate baked beans before church? He had to sit in his own pew. What do you get when you mix beans and onions? Tear gas. How is a filling station like a burrito? They both supply you with gas. What did the underwear say to the fart? It's time for a change. Why should you never fart in the Apple Store? Because they don't have windows. Why did little Johnny Gas win the race? Because nobody wanted to pass gas. How do you know when Grandpa's getting old? When he farts, dust comes out. Why did the fart get in trouble at the library? Because he was too loud. Where did Cinderella go to the bathroom? In a land far, far away. What's invisible and smells like bananas? A monkey fart. Alright, that's it for today, guys. Hope you liked the video. If you did, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And have a nice day, and stay wild, my friends.